for joining us today on T.L.C. Cares. My name is Jolene Cicchese, and I'm a nurse with T.L.C. Private Home Care located in Buzzards Bay and Howard, covering all of Cape Cod. Today I have one of my original caregivers, Leslie Alves, and she has been a caregiver for a long time. Welcome, Leslie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me, Jolene.
You're welcome. So tell me, so Leslie's one of our original, you were hired number two. Yeah, so you've been with us a long,
right?
Yep, 3 years ago, a long time ago. And what made you become a caregiver?
Well, actually, I worked for the phone company for a long time, 24 years, and I decided to, after that, just to do something different. So I started, with certain agencies and started, from the bottom, being a housekeeper and did all that, and then just got my certification to be a CNA. So I've been a CNA for, for the 3 years.
Here, with us.
Right. And I did private care for a while, too, and yeah, so that's what I did.
Do you think there's much of a difference between private care and working for an agency?
Well, no, not working, with T.L.C. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everything's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, good. How long have you been a CNA, you think?
Yeah, I've been a CNA for since probably about over 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to ask you how old you are, don't we?
Yeah.
What do you think what do you like best about it?
The best about being a caregiver is I love the support from the elderly. The elderly just really, they care about you, and they love having you come, if they need you every day or 3 days a week. They just love that. They love the company.
They rely on you.
And they rely on me, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So tell me, what are some things that you can do in the home? Like, so we get a new client,
yes,
and this is your first day in the client's home.
Right. So we can get their meals ready if they want, breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Okay.
Showering, if they need, a little bit of housekeeping, if they need to be taken out for doctor's appointments or groceries, or not even any appointments, just to take them out if it's a nice day, to take them out for a walk.
That's nice.
Or, a lot of them like just to go for a ride and look around, especially with the nicer weather coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Go sit on the beach.
Sit on the beach, yeah.
Go to the canal and watch the boats.
Yeah, go down.
We have a lot of requests for that. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Do you cook?
Yes, I do, yeah. I'm a very good cook.
So you can cook for the client?
So you can cook for the clients, yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of things, transportation, personal care. It's more concierge because it's what the client is asking for, really,
right,
and what their
right,
disease process is,
right,
how we have to keep them safe, and that's really up to you while you're there.
Right.
Have you ever had an emergency at any one of your clients?
No, I've never had an emergency, but if I did, well, I would take that back, because I did have an emergency when I had a client that fell. She just took a tumble and she had to go to the hospital. So, she had her life alert on.
Okay.
And she pushed the life alert.
Okay.
And the EMTs and everything came to the house and brought her to the hospital.
Well, that was the best decision to make.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just every time there's a problem, or if you're unsure, when in doubt, send them out. That's what the nurses always say.
Yeah.
How do you make people feel comfortable if it's your first shift with them?
Okay, so after, T.L.C. comes out and the nurses do an assessment, they go into the home, do an assessment.
Right.
And they usually have the family there too to make the decision for what they actually need. So when I go out to a client, I introduce myself. I'm Leslie Alves. I go through, pretty much, I've been a certified nurse's aide for so long. Yeah. And I kind of want to get to know them, so I go over to their care plan and talk to them about that.
Okay.
And if they have anything discrepancies or anything like that, I just say that they pretty much need to maybe address it to their family member. I mean, because the family's kind of
driving the bus.
Yeah, right. They might want to say or do more than what the client actually wants.
How do you know the care plan?
The care plan is through our Access Care program that we have on our phones. So
Right, it comes straight from our computer to your phone.
right, comes right from the office.
And
yeah.
it's usually the assessment is done by a nurse.
Right, right.
Right. So
yeah.
then everything that the nurse wants you to do is on your phone?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's on the Access Care.
Is it easy to read?
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It
Okay,
is
great.
easy to read. Yeah.
Let's see. Do you like working at T.L.C. Private Home Care?
Yes, I do.
What do you like? What do you like best?
I would say the best thing. I mean, everybody.
Besides me. No, I'm just kidding.
No, just working for TL. There's no pressure really. I mean, they pretty much know, and it's always been like that. You know what the hours that I want to work, and
Okay.
they don't pressure into me and say, no, you got to do 30 or 40. You know, you don't have to
Right.
do that. So no pressure. If you can't pick up a shift, that's fine.
Yep.
But I've been good. You know, I've been a good caregiver because I've never really called out sick.
We know that. We know that. We
Yeah.
know Leslie is very, very reliable. So
Yeah.
That's in my book. That's
Yeah.
aces. You know.
And
so
it's important for the client too, because
Right.
if you decide that you're going to call out, you know, if it wasn't really an emergency to call out just because you felt like it,
Right.
you know, that's not fair to the client because they're expecting you to be there.
Right. And they've
Yeah.
made plans.
And they've made plans, yeah.
To
Then
either-
they start getting anxious about, oh no, what's going to happen if Leslie doesn't come? Who am I going to have?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not
that-
fair to them.
Right. The anxiety is real too with the patients.
Right.
And we strive for continuity of care.
Yeah.
So you have a couple of clients, and those are your clients.
Right.
And
Right.
you know, if we get a 24/7 in the door, same thing. We strive for continuity of care.
Right.
It's what's best
That's
for the,
really important for them.
the client.
Because they want to make sure, especially if they like someone, you know, they want to make sure they can
Right.
keep the same caregiver. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but you know.
They get attached. You get
they-
attached, right?
Right. You get attached to them. Yeah, very much.
And when they, you know, if something happens to
Happens to
them, or
them
they're in
and-
the hospital, we've had caregivers go to the hospital to check on
oh, yeah.
check on patients.
Yeah, to check them just
Yeah.
to make sure they're okay.
Or call you know, but
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Do you feel supported when you're in the field? Do you think the office supports you?
Yes, I do. Anytime there's any questions or any, you know, especially if I see something with the client that's a little different from what's on the care plan
Yep.
or anything like that, I call the nurse.
Like a
nurse
change in
right-
condition?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much call right away, and everybody, you know, the nurse would either go out there or.
Or triage it over the phone?
Right.
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 If it's something serious, we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And if it's something super serious, it's 911.
On one. I always say you just want to call 911 so you can see the cute EMTs. Come on, don't you want to see the cute EMTs?
That's what you say to the patients?
That's what I want to see.
That's what you say to the patients? Oh, that's so funny. But what do you say to the men? You can't say that. You can't really use that. Why do you think clients use T.L.C. Private Home Care over another agency? What do you think makes us, in your mind, stand out?
Okay, well, T.L.C., their office is right in Buzzards Bay, so I think it's just, and like you had mentioned, you have an office now in Howard,
yeah.
so it just makes it easier. I think there's a lot of clients around the area that
Right.
use T.L.C.
Yeah. Do you think they like the extra added support of a nurse?
Yes, because the nurse goes out and does the assessment. So
Which is vital, which is really
right,
important.
right.
You know, not just everybody can assess a
yeah,
client.
and I think
you know.
when you think, you know, like about other agencies, I'm not going to mention agencies, but with that that's a bigger company. T.L.C. is small, so it makes it more quaint, and
Right.
which is good for the client.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, we strive for continuity of care.
Right.
I think we're very personal with the clients, with the caregivers.
Caregivers, yeah.
You know, we have a lot of office staff.
Yeah.
And the office staff is flexible too, so we're always available.
Right.
How many stars would you give TLC on a scale of 1 to 5?
I thought you were going to say 1 to 10.
Okay, 1 to 10. I can do 1 to 10.
I would say a 5, definitely.
No, I said 1 to 10.
Oh, 10 then. Oh, we changed
it, 1 to 10. And, oh, we're a 5. No, I'm just kidding. So how long do you think you'll continue this?
Oh, I don't know. I just love what I do.
And it shows.
Yeah.
And you know,
I
we
just
get
love
lots
what
of comments on Leslie. being a wonderful caregiver, and people ask for her.
Yeah.
You like the shorter shifts, which
Yeah,
is...
I like the shorter shifts.
Yep.
You know, I've been through the, you know, I can't do the 12. I mean, it's not that I'm old, but I am getting older. I don't want to do the lifting anymore and all
Yeah.
that. More companionship is more on my end.
You do a lot of driving, I notice.
Yeah, I do, especially with Barbara.
Yeah.
It's to the grocery store, to the bank.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you're there 3 times a week, and she relies on you.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But with that said, you know, TLC Private Home Care is always hiring. We only hire certified nursing assistants or home health aides, and everyone's vaccinated.
Right.
And boosted. Most of them are boosted.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're always hiring, and you know, we can always take on new clients. If you know of anybody who you feel is unsafe in their home, please give us a call. I'm going to end it today, Leslie. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay.
She's one of our best caregivers.
All right, thank you.
And
Thanks
this is
for having
TLC.
me.
You're welcome. This is TLC Cares. I'm Jolene Cicchese. Until next time, thank you.